New York Giants training camp day 2 right now, and our Aditi Kinkhabwala is there, and she has told us keep an eye out for this front four. The word formidable is the one they're using. A lot of returners, but also getting Abdul Carter with the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft. Aditi talked with Kayvon Thibodeaux just a little while ago.
Today, out on the practice field, it looked like you had a shadow, a young pup following you everywhere you went. Is Abdul Carter following you everywhere you go?
I'm like, huh? Nah, that's my dog. You know, we definitely are getting this money and getting to work. You know, it's a lot for him coming in, and luckily he has, you know, guys like Burns and me to help him along, but he's definitely coming along, and I'm excited about, you know, what's to come.
Does he have to ask more, or do you just tell?
A little bit of both. You know, when he has something, he comes and asks, and when we see something, we go and tell. And it's kind of vice versa, because he does have some things that, you know, he can watch and, you know, give us as well.
He plays chess, you play chess. Have you done it yet?
We have not played chess together yet.
Seriously?
I actually didn't know we played chess, so now we have to really dive in.
He talks a lot of trash. He beat Kevin Stefanski.
Well, Kevin Stefanski, I don't know how good he is at chess, so we got to see.
All right. We talk about this pass rush, and I'll tell you, I used to cover the Giants, and it's when they had a NASCAR pass rush.
Yep.
So OC, Justin Tuck, Matthias Kiwanuka, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Wow.
Wow, right? And they upset Tom Brady.
Yeah.
When you see the potential here that Carter could play inside, Dexter, of course, is inside, do you think about what the combinations are or what you could do, or do you just leave that to the coaches?
You leave it to the coaches. I think for us, even, you know, being in training camp, there's so much that we have to get better on as a unit, you know, individually and then, you know, together. I think that it's up for the coaches to continue to put us in the right positions and us to just keep refining our skills so that when it is time to go in there and make the plays, you know, we're equipped to do that.
When you see the depth behind you, the young guys, what does that do for you, knowing, hey, I could get a blow in a game?
Well, you know, I think it's for the team. I think when you have depth, you have, you know, longevity. And in this game with 17 games, hopefully, I think it's about 21 if you make it to the Super Bowl, you need depth. And when you have good depth, you know, there's a difference between just good depth and having guys. So for us now, I think we're in a great spot with, you know, our whole room and our whole defensive front. So super excited about, you know, what's to come.
We know that there's great character, guys that love the game, but what about the nastiness? You were just saying you don't get to tackle.
Yeah, exactly.
In the preseason. So how do you build that physicality? How do you know that there will be nastiness to this front?
You got to do it. You got to do it on your own. I think it takes that, you know, extra care factor. I think it takes that extra intention to just give yourself all the tools. And that's kind of been my focus this year, to make sure that, you know, when it's my time, I'm ready to execute.
Extra tools. So for you, that's wrestling moves?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's really just shots and takedowns, you know, working my leverage, working my pad level, and, you know, kind of using the things in wrestling that I can use to translate. And it's funny, we're talking about Ray Lewis. That's who I heard, you know, heard stories of being a national, champion wrestler, so that you could tell he was the best tackler. So it's like, why not?
So did you just go find a high school wrestling coach? What's the story behind this?
Well, not high school wrestling coach, but I did go find like a wrestling coach out in Texas, and then I went to work.
And who did you grapple with? Who was willing to grapple with you?
Yeah, he was smaller too. He was probably like, you know, 5'9", 170 pounds, but he was a tough guy.
So he challenged you.
Yeah, he definitely gave me a lot of work, a lot of technique, and I was able to, you know, take some things that he taught me and bring them onto the football field.
Okay, let's be honest though. You don't get to dial up the pass rush. You don't get to show off these moves unless the offense is getting a lead. Yeah. So how much are you involved with the offense? How much do you build a relationship with them?
Well, I think, you know, I'm locker mates with Darius Slayton, and then you got on the other side, you got Russ, and you got neighbors. So being able to talk to them and kind of keep that competitive edge as we go through practice, and continuously not only, you know, rooting for them, but then also, you know, putting them on edge, making sure that they're giving their best every practice and going against them and making it competitive.
Russ is indeed a veteran who has won and who has the personality to want to be heard in the locker room. How much of a difference does that make?
It's a huge difference, especially when you have a leader, then you have a guy, you know, you have a Hall of Famer really that's there to take over. It's not just the belief that you can follow his lead, but then on the field, you know, he can deliver. So super excited to have him. It's been great so far, and, you know, excited to see when we get those pads on.
Kayvon, this is the time of year where everybody has hope and everybody feels good. But I can say for a second day of practice, there was good energy out there. It feels like there's optimism. Year 5, does it feel different to you?
Year 4,
You're
So-
4. I'm sorry. I don't mean to prematurely age you.
Yeah, right. But no, it feels great, man. I feel like this is definitely a year for all of us to go out there and take what we want. You know, no one's going to give it to us. It's going to happen day by day. But as long as we keep our energy up and our focus on through the entirety of the season, I think we'll be good.
And any quick ideas in your head how to start faster?
Biggest way to start fast is energy. You know, we come out with energy, we play with energy, whether it's first quarter or first half. I think, you know, is what is gonna carry us, you know, through the rest of the game and through the rest of the season.
All right, awesome. Thank you. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Giants hoping for a much better season than last year. Again, going 3-14. They kick things off week 1 versus the Commanders, followed up by the Cowboys, and then the Chiefs week 3, Sunday Night Football.